I'm confused. I really am. We're all trying to figure out, who are you, where did you come from, and how the heck did you become the head of the Department of Justice? So hopefully you can help me work through this confusion.
All right, well, Congressman,
Mr. Whitaker, that was a statement, not a question.
Okay.
I assume you know the difference. The investigation into possible Trump-Russia collusion in the 2016 election has resulted in 37 indictments. Is that correct?
I believe that number is correct, but most of those folks were Russian citizens.
34 individuals have been indicted, true?
While I haven't counted those as I prepared for my hearing preparation, I believe those are consistent with the numbers that as I know them.
3 corporate entities have been indicted, correct?
I believe so, correct.
The investigation has identified 199 different criminal acts, true?
I haven't counted every indictment, but that sounds consistent with what I understand.
There have been 7 guilty pleas, correct?
Yes, there have been 7 guilty pleas.
4 people have already been sentenced to prison, true?
I believe so, but I do not have this information in front of me. So to the extent that, I disagree with you, it's because these are facts.
Understood, thank you. Trump's best friend, Roger Stone, was recently indicted for lying to Congress in connection with his possible involvement with WikiLeaks and Russian interference with the 2016 election, correct?
Yes, and I mentioned Mr. Stone's indictment and arrest.
Trump's campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, pled guilty to conspiracy to defraud the United States, true?
Mr. Manafort did plead guilty, yes.
Trump's deputy campaign manager, Rick Gates, has pled guilty to lying to the FBI, correct?
While I don't have the indictment in front of me, I have no reason to disagree with you.
Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, has pled guilty to lying to the FBI, correct?
That is a true fact, yes.
Trump's longtime personal attorney and consigliere, Michael Cohen, pled guilty to lying to Congress about the Trump real estate organization's Moscow project. Is that true?
I believe that was one of the bases for his plea agreement. There were several other reasons that Mr. Cohen pled guilty.
Trump's campaign foreign policy advisor, George Papadopoulos, has pled guilty to lying to federal investigators about his contacts with Russian agents during the 2016 campaign, true?
While I'm sure there are many that would disagree with that title that you put on Mr. Papadopoulos, it is true that he has pled guilty, yes.
So despite all of the evidence of criminal wrongdoing that has been uncovered, do you still believe that the Mueller investigation is a lynch mob?
Congressman, can you tell me specifically where I said that?
I'd be happy to. So in a tweet that you issued on August 6th of 2017, you made reference to a note to Trump's lawyer: do not cooperate with Mueller's lynch mob. You recall that?
I recall that I said that I retweeted an article that was titled that. I did not necessarily agree with that position, but my point was that it was an interesting read for those that want to understand the situation.
Okay, reclaiming my time. Manafort, Gates, Flynn, Cohen, Papadopoulos, and Stone, all in deep trouble. One by one, all of the president's men are going down in flames. It's often said where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of smoke emanating from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue right now. Yet, you decided not to recuse yourself, is that right?
Congressman, the decision to recuse was my decision to make. I looked at all of the information. I consulted with many people that I've discussed today, and I determined that it was not necessary for me to recuse.
And Donald Trump considered the Sessions recusal to be a betrayal, is that right?
Congressman, I have no idea as I sit here today what the president believed about General Sessions' recusal.
Okay, so let's be clear. The investigation into Russia's attack on our democracy is not a witch hunt, it's not a fishing expedition, it's not a hoax, it's not a lynch mob, it's a national security imperative. The fact that people suggest otherwise comes dangerously close to providing aid and comfort to the enemy. In your final week, keep your hands off the Mueller investigation. I yield back.